Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Menu True Nerd, and welcome to the finale of Far Harbor here in Fallout 4 Survival Mode. Last time, well, you may notice I'm carrying a man, or rather not a man, a fake man, a synth, an imposter, an intruder, an abomination, and something that needs to be taken care of. Yes, we've murdered all of the synths, we've killed Dima, we've wiped out Acadia, we killed Avery too, and now all that remains is for these traitors to humanity and decency itself just be left in the sea where, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe the fish will eat them, maybe the fish won't, maybe the fish will turn their noses up at something so unnatural. Assuming fish even have noses, I don't know. Maybe synth fish do. Maybe we should hunt down all the fish that have noses. Maybe we should wipe them out just like we've wiped out the human synths. We shall see. Avery went missing, by the way. Don't know where Avery was. She wasn't here. It was just for some reason everyone left Brooke. Someone had already got rid of Avery's body. Maybe they just decided to burn her. I don't know. Or maybe she's been taken to a workbench, broken down for screws so everyone can improve their guns. Anyway, we've done one genocide, and now apparently we need to go straight on to the other, because we need to get rid of the bloody Children of Atom. Because those darn Children of Atom, well, possibly they may be responsible for the fog. Maybe. Several people think they are, most people think they aren't, but just on the off chance they are, we may as well go and blow them up, because the thing is, they want division. They welcome it. Confessor Cromwell back in Fallout 3, he desperately wanted that bomb to go off, and we've got a nuclear launch key, so let's head over there and blow them up, because it's exactly what they want to happen. But before we do that, you may recall at the end of last part, we took actually the advanced hacker perk. Pretty much the first time I've taken hacking in the entirety of the time I've played this game. So there's a few things we can now actually crack open, which I would like to make sure we go and visit before we leave Far Harbor and consider it complete. So there's probably a little bit more yet to do than you might have been expecting. In particular, and this is a really, really small one, but I'm curious anyway, we're passing very, very close by to Erikson's little plane base where he breeds dogs. And he had an advanced lock computer, or rather he didn't actually. This isn't really his, I don't think. I think this is just an advanced lock computer that was on the plane that he named as his home, where if I could just crack it open for myself, and I think this is entirely legitimate by the way, if I just open this up, I think this will just be me finding something pre-war, and I don't think I'm robbing him. Hopefully not. Well, I don't really care. He is a super mutant, to be honest. Right, here we are. Yeah, it's not marked as red or anything. So, our first advanced terminal in the entire game, in fact. Here we are. Security door open. This presumably lets me into the cockpit. Question is, what's in the cockpit? It is metal bucket, potato crisps. Was there anything in the... Ah! Wine! The pilots just had wine in an ice bucket. Marvellous. The golden age of aviation. Now, apparently this is stealing. So is this his stuff? I don't know. There's an industrial truck here. Is there anything I actually want here? I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything I actually want. But apparently, anything I touch in here would actually be stealing from Erikson. Well, there's a solution to that. Hey Erikson, guess who's got 10 fingers and is an abomination that shouldn't be allowed to live? That's right, it's you! And shoot the gun out of his hands with a critical. Couple more shots just to finish him off. And that's Erikson taken care of. Obviously this means we can't buy any more dogs from him because he won't be able to breed or train anymore. But I would say that's probably worth it anyway. I doubt we'll be coming back here anymore. Oh, he had a load of bottle. Actually, he had all my bottle caps. Because he actually took 3 times 250 off me. So as a result, I actually get all my bottle caps back. Oh, better and better. This is magnificent good news. And a bunch of useful ammo, military grade duct tape, and the super mutant bearskin outfit. I don't know if that's unique, but I don't think I've seen that. Oh no. Have I just left him naked? Oh, I've just left a naked super mutant. Well, that's fine. That's 100% fine. How good is that outfit? I genuinely don't know. It does rather unfortunately cover literally every slot other than the kind of the mask and the glasses slot, but it's not terrible. I've seen many, many worse outfits. It doesn't give you any benefit, but 30 damage resistance, that's... well, it's okay in the early game. Honestly, you're probably not going to get any use out of that, but it is kind of cool. I will take it with me. It's a nice memento of the day I decided that Brotherhood thinking was totally the way to go and I started murdering literally everything that's an abomination. Also, now I get to help myself to the stuff. Actually, wait, I've just realised there's basically nothing here I want. Oh, well, never mind. On we go. Okay, I just found something that made me feel a bit bad, which is in the area where he keeps the dogs, there's a bathtub here which has 2 kickballs, 2 teddy bears, and multiple baseballs. So this was his collection of toys that he played with the dogs. Because, you know, he tossed balls for them to catch, and he gave them toys to chew, and he played with them, and now I feel bad. I would not be a good Brotherhood person because I feel bad about murdering an abomination purely because he enjoyed playing with dogs. But when it comes to dogs, I can't deny I am a bit of a softie. I do love dogs. Also, while I'm in the neighbourhood, I may as well check in on Echo Lake Lumber and see how those guys are getting on, because I set them up. 3 people have gone over there. I killed the cannibal who wanted to kill them, and these are good, proper, honest humans. So I may as well just go and check that everything's fine in the world of them. Interestingly, Small Bertha didn't actually go and join this group for whatever reason, because she was still at town. In fact, I didn't actually see whether she took part in the assault or not. She was certainly part of the team meeting and didn't actually, you know, stand up to defend Avery in the slightest, but I'm not sure whether she actually went and did any of the murdering. And here we are, 3 people. Any of you got anything to say to me? Take it one day at a time. Every day another Hardman leaves the island. Not for much longer. I'm going to give this place back to you. Apparently I just want to trade a few things. That's fine. I'll help myself to your money and bobby pins. Well, none of these people seem to have an actual quest for me. Where, by the way, is your workbench? Where is your workbench? There must be one here now, presumably. Ah, here we go. Lovely. Right over here. Beautiful. Now, just want to very quickly tie you into the network and then break pretty much everything here down for scrap just so I've got some extra stuff going on here. Now, how would you, my good one? Oh, with your nice little American flag bandana there. Yes, you, Captain Patriotism, can become part of a supply line that's going to lead you up to the Dalton homestead, because you're all going to be stronger together. And when I say stronger together, I mean you're going to carry around stuff for me so I can just break everything down and have access to these materials back in Boston. Because basically what I'm doing is I'm strip mining this entire area right now. Interestingly, large parts of that area over there are not actually part of the settlement. It's only right up to the edge of the stands here. But, ooh, that's a very large pile of rubber. Lovely. Oh, yeah, there's loads of rubber here. This is marvelously good news. Ah, and you can break down each individual log on the back of this truck. That's nice. If I break down the truck itself and the flatbed, oh, apparently I just get all the wood. Well, that's just better and better. Get rid of these crappy old barns and logs, and soon I will build you a better house. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave these guys with nothing. As I am strip mining this place, I will leave them with a little something at least. Alright guys, good news. I built you a barn and I can make it better yet anyway. 1 barn door. This is going to keep the heat in beautifully, together with some nice... I assume you do snap. There you go, and you'll snap on the other way, right? Right? The other one. Do I need the other one? Do I need the... No, I'm looking for a barn. There we go. Beautiful. Now, you've got a barn that actually closes. So that's nice. So, like, when it's cold, that's all fine. And I'm going to make you a lovely little living space in here. Like 1 outhouse just outside the barn, appropriately enough. I'm even going to put an outhouse seat into the outhouse. And a door too. See? You're getting all the flipping mod cons here. I'm even going to give you the nice beds. Look at this. Nice bed, and nice bed. Little communal sitting area. And most importantly of all, I'm going to give you a couple of fire barrels so that this place stays nice and warm. Can we just squeeze another one in there? No, maybe we can't. Okay, maybe there's going to be... Maybe just... Okay, we can probably do better. Let's move this one a little bit more here. We're going to put a fire barrel, like, behind each seat. So it's kind of like a radiator, a bit. There we go. That's lovely. And kind of a little wall sconce between each bed, because that's nice, apart from this one, because apparently this doesn't fit very well, so maybe now it will. There we are, that fits better now. Lovely, some wall sconces, nice gentle lighting so you don't strain your eyes. I'll even give you a nice water pump here, and I will take advantage of it myself in a moment. That can just go right outside your main living area. Perfect, so that's enough water for all of you. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure I've actually got any food with me, so you're just going to have to trade for that, because I've literally no way of giving you any extra food. But you're going to have water, you've got beds, and I'm going to give you a little bit of defense. So that's just going to have to do, I'm afraid. You'll just have to, like, eat this stuff, whatever this is. And this, wood. Wood, there's probably some nourishment in the wood, and this sign But I will give you a proper heavy machine gun turret that will keep you lovely and safe. There you are. You've got pretty much everything you could want there, I think, aside from food. But you know what? Maybe we as a society spend too much time thinking about food. Maybe we should think about things like inner contentment. When you get hungry, just think about inner contentment instead. I'm pretty happy with that barn. It does appear to be actually, it's slightly floating. In fact, actually, I'm even happier with that. Now it's a floating barn. That's even cooler. Right, let's be on to the Children of Atom. Still not working, this darn rad scrub arch, but never mind. Though actually, of course, I forgot, before we lose this place forever, there is one more thing I want to do nearby, and that is I need to nip back to the Vim Pop Factory for a second. So, back to the Vim Pop Factory. Here's the nice little... Wait, what do I need to do in here? Why is the game still telling me to go in here? Speak to the High Confessor, no. Use the launch key, no. Bring down Far Harbor's defences. None of that's in here. Why are you telling me to go in here, game? Maybe kind of cutting through here now is the quickest shortcut to get round to the other side, to get back to the nucleus or the wind farm? I don't know. That's very, very interesting. Anyway, back in here, I think I've already killed all the super mutants, but one. The one I couldn't get to before, the one who has been locked away in the basement by poor dead Erikson. And here we are, just find my way down to the very lowest bit. Ah! Dead person. I'd completely missed there was a traitor. Okay, so literally... Well, actually, no. They can't have been feeding this guy because they don't know how to open it. Maybe he used to just live down here and he just got fed down here. But then, yeah, they actually literally couldn't open the door anymore. So as a result, like, this was supposed to be his food, but it's probably gone off a bit. So he's probably very, very hungry in there. So would you believe I've decided that we're going to start off with the crippling Gauss rifle as my starting point here. That strikes me as a good place to start. So this is now advanced locked. Let's just very quickly crack this open. And we've got the door control. We've got other things here as well. System errors. Communication with exterior loading dock door cannot be established. Fine, that doesn't really mean anything. The user memo. If you're reading this, you may not want to open these doors. I've locked Grun inside and he's not going to be happy when he gets out. Okay, a nice note from Erikson. Erikson polite enough to leave a note saying, just so you know, don't open the doors. Very bad. There are good reasons to not do so. However, unfortunately, we are going to be opening these doors. Back out, go back into hidden, and prepare. Apparently he hasn't seen me. Oh, he's only level 50. Oh. I'm going to be honest, I'm underwhelmed. I think I'm about to just I just one-shot him. Okay, I was hoping for more than that, to be honest, but never mind. A super mutant behemoth is always worth removing from the world because they are extremely dangerous. And I'm assuming, yes, indeed, we do at least get ourselves a nice thing right here. Fusion cells, nothing major. Oh, 2 fragmentation grenades, some 10mm ammo. Yeah, nothing much, but he'll probably have some good stuff on him too, which is nothing major, more 10mm. I will take some flipping, yeah, some of the 2mm electromagnetic something. Some Deathclaw meat. I'll cook that up. Very, very happy with that indeed. And that's honestly probably all I'm going to want. So yes, there was Grun. Grun just lived in this little thing. Apparently he's level 50. I'm not sure exactly how his leveling works, but I'm level 70. He was only level 50, and he was not legendary. Actually, I'm not even sure if you can spawn legendary behemoths. I've never seen them because behemoths don't just spawn at random. They only spawn in a small number of fixed locations. I'm pretty sure that's true. That's how it was in Fallout 3, and I'm pretty sure that's how it is in Fallout 4 as well. In fact, actually, there are behemoths in New Vegas, are there? No, I don't think there's a single behemoth in Fallout New Vegas. That's interesting. I'd never really thought about that before, but that's true. I can't think of a single location for a behemoth, and they can't just spawn in, so I'm pretty sure, therefore, they're not allowed to be legendary. So that's a shame. Anyway, he's dead. I did want to show him off. We have shown him off. Lovely. Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry, we really do need to arrange the funeral. Abominations don't get great funerals. So with that done, it's time to arrange for division to take place. Here we are in the nucleus. Well, actually, technically, this is the nucleus. But this is the, I guess the whole thing's the nucleus, but the submarine's the nucleus. So I'm not really actually sure whether the rest of the town's the nucleus, but never mind, let's head inside. I imagine the High Confessor will probably be quite glad that Kenji's been taken care of. He certainly didn't have any love for Dima because he thought the robot was hiding secrets from him. And he was right, the robot was. So maybe, just maybe, not least as I've also done all the tasks, as Dima implied, I might be able to talk him into enacting the division all by himself. So there's the launch terminal right here. I could just plug the key in right now, and then probably start running, though admittedly, I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's not going to go well. I feel like they'd mind but I feel like I can probably talk them into doing it for themselves, and that would be much, much better. And by the way, there's also, what did I just see? Yeah, missile status terminal. So 3 of the missiles on board just return error messages, but we do have 1 missile active. The launch key input is all that's required, but because, like Demas said, the submarine's rusted into the dry dock, the only thing it can destroy is this base itself. Right, Confessor, let's do this.
Ah, hello, child. To what do I owe the honor of such a visit from one of his favorites?
Ooh, I'm one of Atom's favourites. That's beautiful. So, the sub-launch key.
The launch key for the sub's nukes. I wanted to ask you about it.
The key to division, yes. Reunion with Atom at the flick of a wrist. An object of true power. Lost to the ages, unfortunately. What did you wish to know?
Good news, I happen to actually have the key right here, but first, let's just make absolute sure you do want to use it for division, right?
If you had the key, would you use it to launch the nuke? To bring about division?
A question I've asked many a time. To experience instant rebirth as incalculable new worlds. Well, there are few gifts greater. But this island, Adam's kingdom, we have been given stewardship of this place. To abandon it, it would be an affront to everything he has granted us. Such a grand division. It is not our family's path.
Oh, I think it is. I really do think it is. It's time for division.
I think you need to reconsider your stance on using the nukes.
Really? I will not lie. Hearing such a thing from you does carry weight. But I must know why.
Do we have a speech check here? Ah, prove your devotion. It is his plan. Atom sent me. Well, Atom did kind of send me, but before we go for that, hang on. I just need to change into address. So first up, the nice easy one, Atom did send me.
Think on the omens, the deeds I've done for this family. Adam sent me here to aid you, and I'm telling you, the nuke is the true path to him.
He sent you. Yes, it all makes sense. The true path. But alas, the point is moot without the key.
Now, I'm guessing, by the way, I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing, because that was an easy check, because I'd done all the quests for him. That would probably have been a red lock check if I'd done, like, none of the quests for him, but as I do more quests, it gets progressively easier. That's quite elegant. Oh, Far Harbor's such an elegant, well-put-together DLC. It's beautiful. And I would say, yep, it's time to trigger division.
We don't need to wait any longer. I recovered the key, and I say it's time we bring about division.
You've had it this whole time? This was a test. You were sent by him, weren't you? Then let us not delay our reunion another moment. I will address the children. The launch controls are over there. It's time you made division a reality.
I was kind of hoping you would do it, actually. Because I don't actually want to be divided. Like, division's good for all of you, not so much for me. So, I'm kind of hoping I've got a countdown after which I can just start running. So here we are, launch terminal. Shove in that key. Beautiful.
Missile launch sequence. That noise.
And now I've got to... Ah! Probably I ought to get out of here. Yes, indeed. I definitely want to be not here.
Gather, brothers and sisters. Do you hear his chorus? Division is at hand.
Yeah, good luck with division, by the way. I'm just gonna go. Enjoy the division. I'm sure you're really loving the division. Division's great. Have fun being, like, divided.
Lockdown complete. Commencing launch.
And there goes the base. Beautiful. Cleansing the land done, and I've received Far Harbor Survivalist perk, which grants a bonus to all damage resistance types. It sounds really good. It's actually kind of terrible. Next to the perk you get for either saving or destroying Acadia, it's really bad. Like, saving or destroying Acadia is a brilliant perk, but yeah, this perk is nowhere near as good. literally +5 to all resistances. So just as a reminder, my resistances are currently, 324 to damage resistance, 363 to energy. So that's increased them by like, what, 1% each or something. I mean, an extra 5 to rad resistance is welcome, and I'm not sure whether it actually applies to poison resistance or not. If it does, maybe then it's a little bit more useful, but arguably I'd say you're probably better off going for the actual perks from the Children of Atom. Those perks give you, I think it's a really good damage increase when your rads are really high, like under all circumstances. I think it's called like Crusader of Atom or Inquisitor of Atom. Actually, I looked this up and it was a bit confusing, which is, I've read both Crusader and Inquisitor of Atom, but depending on the source, they say the same quest gives both, yet I can't find much evidence for the existence of both, so I'm not sure how you get both, or if that's just a typo a few people have made, or maybe it's a regional difference, no idea. But in either case, yeah, the perk from the Children of Atom is arguably better, but the Children of Atom, though they were humans, they were irradiated humans, which means they were halfway to ghouls, which means really they were effectively abominations, and I don't feel bad. This is what they wanted, so therefore I have given them the explosive death that they desired. No guilt, no trouble, absolutely morally uncomplicated. Let's be on our way back to Far Harbor. Oh, feels like a few people have gathered at the front door here.
The nucleus is a crater now. The Children of Atom are piles of radioactive slag.
So it really was a nuke?
Yeah. So stay far, far away from the nucleus. With the children gone, it's only a matter of time before the fog turns back. We've won!
Yeah! About time!
So tell any friends or family that left the island to come back. We're taking back our homes.
So, there we go. They think victory has been achieved. They already know about it. Marvellous.
There's absolutely no way those Children of Atom bastards nuked themselves without a push. I gotta know. Why did you do it?
Hey, they wanted to, quite frankly. They were totally up for it.
Their cult was a dangerous disease. It needed to be cured.
If I ever, and I mean ever, caused you grief, hell, I apologize. Because you're something else. Hear this. We're taking back our island. We'll make it great again. You'll be welcome anytime, friend.
1,600 caps. Very, very nice indeed. Now, I wonder if anyone else has anything interesting to say about how this all ended. Mariner, by any chance? I mean, I think we're pretty much done.
Look at all we've done to the harbor. I finally feel safe.
Finally feel safe. Well, I think that's the best we can hope for. She doesn't really know what ultimately she's going to do, but at the bare minimum, she feels she's done her duty. She feels safe. I guess that's all she can really hope for, to be honest. And Sanctuary Hills is under attack. Oh no. That's... Okay, normally I don't care about things coming under attack, but I kind of do actually care about that one. Sanctuary Hills was my home. Small Bertha, I respect your opinion over most other people's. What do you reckon to how all this has turned out?
All of us in the Dregs owe you.
Well, she seems to not think it's some terrible disaster, so I will consider that a very, very good thing. Well, in that case, time to head over to Longfellow's cabin. I need to figure out what is coming with me back to Boston, because I think we are now pretty much done with Far Harbor. We picked up a whole bunch of stuff, some of which I need to bring back home with me, some of which I most certainly do not. And I stored all of it here in this lovely little dresser. So December's child has to come, that's absolutely fine. Oh, by the way, the reason my carry capacity is so high at the moment is I just did some grilled radstag and some of the Vim quartz. Is it the one that boosts carry capacity while I was speaking to Texas, just to make sure I didn't end up injured or crippled. Okay, so all of that stuff wants to come back with me. I want to take the bearskin outfit just because that's a nice little, yeah, that's just a nice memento, to be honest. Legend of the Harbour, that's a nice memento too, and it only weighs 2, so I'd like to take that along as well. Now, what do we have in here? Let's look at the weapons that we've picked up. Loads of flipping legendaries. Assassin's Rolling Pin. Ooh, tempting. We can probably live without it. Now, my crippling maximised plasma scattergun. I like that thing. I don't know whether it's going to stay in my regular rotation because I'm thinking of potentially trying something else for a shotgun. I'll discuss that in a bit. Exterminator's lever we can do without. The enraging light lever action has been pretty much useless, so I think we can probably just leave that here. We can come back and get it if we need it. Hitman's Western, we know that's inferior to the 2-shot advanced 44, so we can leave that. Lucky Eddie, yeah, I don't think we need that. Resilient, Skipper's Last Stand. The Harvester. Skipper's Last Stand is fun just because it would be nice to have that as a memento weapon, but it does weigh an awful lot, so we can leave that. The Harvester. That's interesting. Weight of 6. Potentially worth taking... No, I can do without that. The Striker, however, I'd love to... That weighs flipping 30. I'd love to take that along just as like a little memento, but I don't think I can really justify it. No, you know what? I think actually we're good with just the stuff I've got. I think all the rest of this stuff I don't really need back at base, so I'll leave it here. And if I ever happen to need it for whatever reason, I can come back and grab it. But I don't think I'm ever realistically going to use any of this stuff. For armour, though, there's a bit of stuff I would like to take along just for fun. I'd like to take the Inquisitor's cowl just to hang up somewhere. The Rescue Diver suit, yeah, I'd like to display that as well. Together with the Captain's hat, of course. The rest of this stuff, ooh, can I do without this? I think I can do without this stuff. Again, I can come back for it if I need it. Oh, and apparently I had 2 fusion cores right here, so if I had just checked over here, I would have found the fusion cores I need to actually get my flipping armour home, so that's a shame. In which case, got everything I want to take home with me. Got my armour now, just grab that. Don't need to take any of the junk home, because this place is already tied into our trading network. Longfellow, I have slightly improved your settlement. Feel free to use my decontamination arch, or have you, in fact, actually, can I use the decontamination arch while I'm actually in the suit? Does this work? Does it do anything? Hang on, just... Does it? No, I don't think it does, which makes a lot of sense. Hang on, I just need to quickly step through the decontamination arch for a second. So I've got a few rats. There we are, lovely. Close off. Yeah, that's actually a really nice touch. If you're in power armor, decontamination arches don't actually work, because you're not only protected from the rads really well, you're protected from the water that would scrub the rads or whatever's in this thing. I don't really know how decontamination arches work. I feel like it's not really that simple to get rid of rads in real life, so I feel like this may be a little bit of science fiction, but what have you, eh? Right. Anyway, that's your lot. Let's head home. And by head home, I mean just quickly fly over to Far Harbor. But according to the quest log, that is literally it. All I need to do now is head back to the Nakano residence and tell them, yes, Kasumi's dead because basically she was a traitor to all of humanity. There is no worse crime, so goodbye Far Harbor. It's been fun. You're a great DLC. It's just a brilliant DLC. It's so easily the best DLC in Fallout 4, and it's right up there with the best of Fallout 3 and even the best of New Vegas. Far Harbor's just so wonderful. Apparently we've got a pretty nice bright day to leave on, so goodbye Far Harbor. You've been great fun. Over we go to the boat and back on, oh dear, back on Mr. Nakano's boat, which I've basically stolen from him to go and actually murder his own daughter. Never mind, eh? Off we pop. And out we go in the boat, heading off to sea. Interestingly, there are invisible walls not just around the outside of the boat, but also above it. If I try and jetpack up right now, I physically can't. I can't actually jetpack off the boat. You can't fall off the boat. Even if you're trying to, you can't fall off the boat. And you can't even jetpack upwards either. There's just invisible walls literally surrounding this thing. Did I leave Far Harbor in a better shape than when I arrived? Well, certainly the harbormen are going to have an easier time of it. Just, were the sacrifices worth it? Probably yes, because all the sacrifices were just flipping abominations. And in we come, back to the Commonwealth. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult chat with Mr. Nakano, unfortunately. If we're lucky, though, he won't dare disagree with me too much, because I currently look like this. Also, interestingly, my provision had just appeared there, so I'm not really sure how you're getting from... Wait, where are you travelling from? I think you're travelling from Dalton Farm to here? I can't remember whether your route is Dalton Farm to Hangman's Alley, or from Longfellow's cabin to Hangman's Alley, but whatever it is, you are going on one hell of a walk. I respect you. You are one hell of a provisioner. Right, Mr. Nakano, slightly bad news, I'm afraid.
Mr. Nakano, I have bad news. Kasumi, she didn't make it.
What? I hired you to find her, to bring her back safely. What happened? What did they do to my little girl?
Yes, they absolutely. Do you really want to know, by the way? Because it's not nice.
Do you really want to know, Kenji?
God, our Kasumi, our little girl. It's everything I was afraid of. She died over all this nonsense about being a synth. Tell me it wasn't true. Tell me she was still my daughter.
She was a synth, she was human, no proof either way. Does it matter? Well, she wasn't actually a synth, But she kind of was, because she threw her lot in with the synth. So there's not an option for me to say that. So instead I'm just going to confirm she was a synth. Because what I mean is she was as bad as a synth and thus was gunned down like one.
She was a synth, Kenji. She replaced your real daughter.
No. No, it isn't true. Oh, God. How long was I worried about that thing when the real Kasumi was already dead? Please, just leave. My wife and I need time alone.
That's fine, but I need a reward, thank you. Excuse me, a key to the buried treasure in your back shed or whatever?
Mr. Nakano.
My daughter is dead. I have lost my little girl.
Yeah, but she died a very, very long time ago, really. Don't bother mourning the thing I just shot. And by the way, I didn't actually admit to murdering your daughter, which is a shame. I wonder if I even could have done. Oh well, never mind. It would appear the reward you get for digging up the buried treasure in the little back shed is reserved for people who actually successfully bring Kasumi home. Unfortunately, I did not, so I'm guessing if I head over to the shed over here, I will not have the option to dig up any buried treasure. No, indeed, nothing to dig up here. That's a shame. In which case, nothing to do now but speak to Ellie, apparently. And fortunately, I'm back in the Commonwealth, so I can finally flipping fast travel again. And here we are, back in the Commonwealth, and apparently it is an awful day here in central Boston. Well, that's a shame. I was kind of hoping for a lovely sunny day to return home to. But that's fine. It'll be nice to see home anyway. And interestingly, I have been away for quite some time, and all of a sudden, I appear to be back in caution. Oh, have the raiders on the boat finally flipping regenerated? They might have done. Oh, well, someone's down here. Hello. Just level 1 raiders and level 4 raid. What on earth are you guys doing here? Excuse me. Would you just go away, please? What? Who are you guys? What are you doing here? Excuse me. This is where I flipping live, alright? Well, apparently my return was long overdue. I go away for just a couple of months of in-game time or something, and apparently... Oh, blimey. Right, so something's on fire. That's Hangman's flipping... Ali, wait a flipping second here. What's going on? Oh, there's Dogmeat. Hello, Dogmeat. And then... Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. I left you in your wonderful little superhero outfit with your little helmet. Right. Have you killed everyone? Is everyone dead? No. Yeah, okay. There was... Ah, gunners. Gunners attacked us. Right. Well, good boy. And then, oh no, the Voltec rep! The Voltec rep died. Oh. Oh, that's sad. He was manning a shop. That's very sad indeed, and sadly, I bet I can't get his inventory. Oh. I don't have time for a funeral pyre, but in many ways, this is basically the same thing. There you are. If you kind of squint, this is based on that bit at the end of Star Wars Episode 6, pretty much. Just imagine some epic music over the top. Beautiful. Right, out of the armour. The armour has been successfully delivered back home. And now, very quickly, I need to make some changes to my loadout here. And oh dear, someone else died. Oh, it was a gunner. Okay, the other person that died was a gunner, so that's not as bad. So a gunner got disintegrated. That's just his laser pistol. Yeah, okay. Feels like this wasn't too bad, all things considered. Ah, and here's Miska. Miska has actually made it here. Hello, Miska. Anything we can get out of you? Nope, nothing in particular. I really hope you're not about to try and take the flipping doghouse off Dogmeat, because he's really going to object if you do. Dogmeat, do you like Miska? Have you two met? Oh dear. You know what? Maybe, just maybe you deserve the doghouse a bit more. He does seem to struggle with it occasionally. Okay, priorities. I've got some lovely mementos I want to set up here. We're going to need, what, I think 2 new ones here. If we kind of put one over here and one over... Actually, do I want to put that there or do I want to put that... I could just shuffle all of these closer together to make 7 instead. No, actually, I can probably fit... I think I can fit 2 side by side right here, actually. If I just kind of move this one a little bit further along. I think that's... Yeah, that'll be fine. I think that'll look fine. So, equip the Legend of the Harbour there. Lovely. So, what else do we have here? Oh, yes, we also brought the Captain's Hat. I'd say the Captain's Hat and the Legend of the Harbour, those two things kind of belong together. So, we'll put that there. Oh, yes, that's very, very nice indeed. So, that's me being the hero of Far Harbour. And after that, we have got the Super Mutant Bearskin outfit, which... Oh! I'm not allowed to put that on a model. That's odd, but that does not have the setup. Okay, fine, what have you? Let's put instead the rescue diver suit. That surely must be equipable. Yep, that is equipable. Lovely. I feel like Reginald's suit, we should probably just take that away. Let's just take that one off and instead put on... What else do we have? We brought some other stuff back, didn't we? Yeah, we brought the Inquisitor's cowl. That's kind of cool, but what do we actually put with the Inquisitor's cowl? Because I wouldn't mind, like, something... childrenly, but I didn't actually bring any children's stuff. Oh, and I blew up the unique thing because it was still inside the nucleus when I exploded that. Oh well, that's a shame. Okay, fine. We'll leave Reginald's suit on for now, but I'll actually kind of, next time I run into some children, I'll steal some rags off them, and we'll make that. But that's going to be the children-y one right there. That will be nice, yes. But I'll say that's a pretty nice selection right there. I like all my bits of armour. And don't forget they need little ground-based spotlights as well, just to make sure they're nice and lit up. There we go. And it would appear that Strong and Mishka have immediately become friends. That's nice. And one very important thing up here, a place of honour right at the top for my sadly now being retired, lucky, calibrated, powerful 10mm pistol. It can't be part of my regular rotation anymore. That thing has served me so well, but it's time for it to be retired. And in its place, of course, we have a choice. We picked up December's Child out there, which is certainly a very solid looking weapon. We also got something else earlier in terms of just like day-to-day stuff. We got ourselves, ooh, Vat's Enhanced Combat Rifle. That's kind of tempting too, but I'd probably much rather have the 2-shot. Yeah, let's grab the 2-shot as well. What else do we have that might theoretically be nice just as a day-to-day sort of thing? I've got a nimble automatic combat rifle, but no, that's not the right thing at all. Now, I've not got a great assault rifle, but I've got an enraging one right here, so I'll grab that just for the second, because I'd like to just have a look at all of those side by side on the weapons workbench, decide what's going to be my new kind of day-to-day go-to weapon. So the 2-shot combat rifle, of course, this is effectively the Overseer's Guardian, just, you know, not the Overseer's Guardian. Because this thing can fire pretty damn fast. Like, fire rate of only 33 at the moment, but I can certainly do something to improve that a little bit. We can get that up to, as a maximum, oh, if I move that over to 0.308. Yeah, if I move that over to 0.308, it fires a lot faster, but it's using a much less desirable ammo type. Or I could move it over to the very common 0.3, but then it's just not powerful enough. Other than that, I can move, yeah, 205 without, or 225 with. 225 is pretty damn solid, but for it to keep using the 0.45, let's start it off with the 0.45 and we'll work from there. Yeah, we'll start there, that's fine. Now right now it's only a range of 119, so the range is a little bit low. Now I can get the range up, but I'll be making sacrifices. Yeah, long light barrel, that's a relatively small cost on that. Alternatively, we've got long ported or short ported. What's that benefiting? That's benefiting recoil, range, and sighted accuracy. Probably we're better off with long light, to be honest, just for the range. And before we actually do any more improvements to that, because we've already now improved that quite significantly. So that's up to 205 base. Let's just quickly have a look-see at December's Child. So if we move that up, presumably that has a 308 as well. Yeah, which kind of defeats the entire point. But, oh, wait, hang on. Because if I move it over to 308, it can't still be using 5.56. So what happens is that... Ooh, I don't know. This suddenly got confusing. But in many ways, I feel like I don't need to worry about that right now. Because though this thing is pretty darn good, even at its best, even if I were to move it over to 308, then it would be taking two sorts of ammo simultaneously, which would be very, very confusing indeed. It's just not got the hitting power it needs, does it? I mean, it's barely any more powerful than the flipping Slightly Excited, which we're kind of looking to replace anyway. So I feel like December's Child just doesn't quite have what I need it to do. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of that, unfortunately. So we'll not get rid of it. We'll put it to one side. We just won't use it immediately. In which case, have a little look-see at the Enraging Assault Rifle. Because, again, we definitely don't want that on automatic. I want to move that over to whatever the most powerful thing is, because I can move straight up to that. So, Advanced Receiver is 130. 130, but with a fire rate of 59, which is certainly a fair bit faster. It's already got kind of good range built into it. It's quite heavy, mind. Yeah, I feel like, again, that just doesn't quite do the job. So we're going to put both of them on one side, and instead, Move this over to the recoil compensating stock just for the best recoil. I don't really need the superior aim with scopes. Great big magazine, but actually before we do that, just make sure we've got enough aluminium for the reflex. We don't want a scope in this, we just want the standard reflex on it. So that's fine. Reflex circle. Does this need a muzzle? Oh, can it have a suppressor? Oh, it can have a suppressor. Okay, we definitely want that in that case. Yep, suppresses sound from firing. Slightly lowers the range, but the range is still 173, so that's fine. And sadly, I don't quite have enough aluminium to get this up to its maximum possible. Admittedly, it looks slightly ridiculous like that. That just doesn't look quite right, does it, when it's got that long? No, that just doesn't look right, though. I'll just go and buy some more aluminium. But sadly, my shop just died. Actually, hang on. I can just assign a new shop, presumably. Hang on. Oh, no! I failed to help Sanctuary Hills. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I might go in and check in on you later, see how you're getting on. Right, has anyone else ever considered being a shopkeeper? Sturgers, congratulations, you're now a shop. This resource is now assigned. Would you like to get behind the shop and sell me some stuff that's got aluminium in it? Because apparently I'm a bit light on aluminium right now. No, the shop. Into the... You're a shopkeeper. Man the shop. You know what? It's fine. We need to nip up to Diamond City anyway to speak to Ellie. That was kind of the final little bit of quest there. And that means, actually, I need to swap around my ammo at this point. Because this thing is taking the 45 still for the minute. All the 10mm rounds can go away. I don't need 308 either. 556 I'm not using right now. Get rid of fusion core. Is that all I need, by the way? Hang on, what am I actually carrying around that I need? I've got ammo for you. You're all throwables. I've got some ammo for you, but I could do a few extra fusion cells. Here we are, .45. I've got 2,000 of that, so I don't think I need necessarily all of that, but I will carry around a little bit of it. It's not too heavy. Let's just carry around a few hundred there. There we are. 400 is probably a bit much. 400's fine, though. There we are. That's lovely. And some extra fusion cells as well, because that is still a good go-to sort of weapon. Just a couple of hundred there. That'll do. Lovely. 260. That is not that heavy at all. Bring along the extra gamma rounds as well. They weigh very, very little, but Lucky Lorenzo is incredibly powerful, so that'll do. Reload this gun. There we go. This thing's ready for action.
You. Well, I suppose we can do business.
I would damn well say so. I'm the greatest enemy of the synths. In which case, over to Ellie for the final bit of Far Harbor, technically wrapping it up for good. Though thinking about it, I might want to have a word with Nick Valentine. I can't imagine he'll be thrilled at how it all turned out.
You're back. How did everything go with the Nakano case?
I murdered her. Sorry.
I tracked Kenji's daughter to a synth refuge up north near Far Harbor, but she didn't make it.
That's terrible. I wish I could say that was rare for these kinds of cases, but we're almost always giving people bad news. Thanks for coming in for this one. I knew something good was happening when you and Nick started working together. Don't be a stranger, Gumshoe.
Did I mention how I was the one that killed her, by the way? I feel like I should be mentioning this more. Well, regardless, that's enough aluminium just for me to buy a large quick eject magazine. Beautiful. And apparently Preston liked that. He does like me building things. In fact, I should really check in with Preston. I must actually be quite high up his affinity, even though I've never really travelled around with him, just because he likes me working on power armour and weapons, and he's been in my settlement when I've done a lot of working on power armour and weapons. And speaking of which, 40 bullets. 40 bullets, silence, so I still get the benefit from, if I fire and it's a sneak attack, so I get the sneak attack benefits from Mr. Sandman. And then what's the fire rate like? Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. Yeah, alright. This gun definitely feels like it's going to be a good partner for me. Oh, I just noticed apparently there's a giant pile of gunners right by the door as well. Apparently these guns did their job pretty effectively because I really should have shut the door, shouldn't I? Right, there's just giant piles of gunners here. That's fine, I get Molotov cocktails for me. This is beautifully good news. In fact, one of you was a legendary and had a VATS enhanced combat rifle, which I'd pick up, but I'm pretty sure I've actually already got one of those. I swear I already had one over in the chest. Right, if someone could just, like, clear up these corpses, that would be much appreciated, because apparently, yeah, that was one hell of a gunner assault. Yeah, I literally have 2 VATS enhanced combat rifles at this point. Marvellous. And upstairs, here's Nick Valentine. Can we acknowledge what happened, Nick?
Ema is dead. I guess all that talk he had about being my brother hardly matters now.
And I'm sorry, Nick, but he deserved to die because he was a filthy, filthy synth.
He deserved what happened to him, Nick.
Yeah, well, that's just what we have to tell ourselves now, isn't it? So we can keep going even though we always seem to end up hurting people. Let's just hit the road, all right? I don't think I can talk about this anymore.
That sounds like synth talk to me, Nick Valentine. I'm not sure me and you have much of a future together.
Hey, when you were in Dima's memories, did you find anything? Any proof about what really happened between us?
And yes, indeed I did. Apparently you still want to know anyway.
Take a listen to this holotape, Nick. It's from the data we pulled off of Dima's memory banks.
All right. Let me run this real quick. God. Dima really did help me escape the Institute? I wasn't just tossed out with the garbage. I must have still been in a haze from one of the Institute's experiments on me. Did I really attack him? Did he really knock the daylights out of me and leave me for dead? Damn it. Why can't I remember?
Honestly, it doesn't really matter, and you're probably malfunctioning because you're just a stupid robot.
You're getting too old, Nick. Past your warranty.
Still got enough life in me for a good right hook, so don't push it. Well, I wanted proof Dima and I had history, and I got it. Now I just gotta figure out what to do. Should I give him a chance? Try to accept him as my brother? He might just be the only other prototype synth that exists.
Nick, we've got a problem here, which is he's kinda dead. Not family, 'cause dead.
Whatever Dima is, he's not your brother. Keep him at arm's length, Nick.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Valentine loved that, and so did Piper. Marvellous. And with Nick Valentine having got full closure on his brother, a new wolf in my bedroom, and some rather fancy new armor up in my tech lab, I'd say that is everything we could possibly want to do in Far Harbor wrapped up there, with the exception of the fact that apparently I can't put the special bearskin super mutant outfit on one of the mannequins, which is very, very sad indeed, but never mind. So there we are, Far Harbor done, and I think next time we will push on with a little bit of stuff in the base game, because would you believe, as we've decided that synths are in fact filthy abominations and need to die, well, there's this group of people that decide they want to help the synths, this railroad that I've heard so much about, and possibly, in my ignorance in the past, may have accidentally helped in some capacity. So, we may need to go and make amends for that next time, ladies and gentlemen. The time of the railroad is coming to an end. Time to finish them off, I think. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd. This has been Fallout 4 Survival Mode. Thank you very much, and goodbye. T-34 moves closer to you. Oh yeah, I'm going to get some with one of the finest tanks the Soviets ever produced. Owen, I wanted to ask you, do you think you... Oh no, who just showed... Oh, screw you, Sherman! Get out of here, you damn American! I want to make out with the Soviet tank!